The XDC organization, XDC, cost shut the earlier day's exchange at $0.02724 with a market capitalization of $328.50 million and a flowing stockpile of $12.31 billion. XDC, despite immense negative tension, the cost is attempting to end the slipping pattern somewhat and flood at first by 5% to 8% to approve a bounce-back. XDC organization specialized examination for September 2022. The cost in the wake of solidifying for the initial not many days of the month, dropped to arrive at the lows. Be that as it may, following the bounce-back, the cost rose by almost 10%, however the most recent cost crash blocked the convention. While the negative activity is at present at highs, the cost is supposed to keep a united pattern for some time. While the technicals are really negative by and by, the token is supposed to bounce back finally before very long. Be that as it may, the RSI might acquire some strength which might keep the cost from plunging more diligently. As the cost is exchanging inside a rising wedge, it might either bounce back to test the highs or keep on plunging, achieving with a minor revision. Before the month's over, the XDC cost might exchange near 30 cents in the wake of enduring negative tension. XDC organization specialized investigation. Initially, the XDC organization has been exchanging vigorously affected by bears for almost a month. Notwithstanding the most recent crackdown, the cost held a lower support and is making a solid attempt to facilitate the negative strain. On the more brilliant side, the bulls may before long attempt to build their predominance post to which the rise could be inevitable. Will XDC value reach $0.028 today? The XDC cost as of now seen a monstrous cost droop as the economic situations turn very negative. Subsequent to recording a negative close, the token figured out how to acquire a solidarity to start the day's exchange on a bullish note. In the interim, the bears are endeavoring to limit the cost to $0.0268, however the bulls seem, by all accounts, to be dynamic at $0.0264. While the pattern has turned somewhat, the purchasing pressure is supposed to collect to rise the cost past $0.027 at first. Then again, RSI had flipped from the base while MACD is nearer to glimmering a bullish sign. Hence, after a concise combination, the cost seems prepared to bounce back finally to reach $0.02732. In the event of approval of a flip from the negative imprisonment, the cost might try and arrive at levels past $0.028. Will XDC value reach 5 cents toward September's end? In the wake of going through a dismissal from above 36 cents, the XDC cost dropped vigorously by over 30% to stamp the lows at $0.025. The cost is at present recuperating from the misfortunes, however, because of the exhausted volume, the speed has been brought down generally. Notwithstanding, after a short union, the XDC token cost could recover a bullish force. Before long, the cost could get levels above 3 cents at first, and in the following 2 or 3 weeks, the cost might ascend to arrive at the highs at $0.036. On the off chance that the bull's serious areas of strength forestay these levels, the cost could keep walking towards the north. Consequently, the XDC organization cost expectation for September is around $0.028 to $0.034. XDC organization is an EVM viable blockchain, furnished with interoperable brilliant agreements. While ETH cost kept up with respectable cost varieties, XDC cost showed more strength contrasted with Ethereum. The ETH/USDT cost ascended high to hit plus 16.16%, followed by a dive to minus 17.73%, and at present, the token is exchanging at minus 7.53%. Conversely, the XDC cost flooded from the typical levels to arrive at the highs at plus 24.55% and right now exchanging at minus 8.57%. XDC organization value forecast, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. XDC organization cost has been widely negative for quite a while. Notwithstanding, The token might discover some help from the negative bondage soon and set out a respectable rise ahead. Toward the finish of the yearly exchange, the XDC cost is supposed to test the yearly highs at $0.068. Further in the impending years, the cost is supposed to decrease to zero and make a good attempt to record nice increases. What is the XDC organization? The XDC organization, previously called XINFIN organization, is an undertaking-grade, EVM-viable blockchain furnished with interoperable shrewd agreements. A profoundly upgraded, tailor-made fork of Ethereum, the XDC organization arrives at agreement through a designated confirmation of stake (DPoS) system, which considers 2-second exchange time, close to zero gas charges, and north of 2,000 exchanges each second, TPS. While the agreement instrument is proof of stake, and in this way utilizes essentially no energy, validators need to play out a little proof of work, POW, while proposing another block, which makes the organization profoundly impervious to spamming. As of April 11, 2022, there are a sum of 203 master-node up-and-comers, of which 108 work as validators, master-nodes, and the rest as reserve validators. Every hub administrator is expected to stake 10 XDC and transfer KYC documentation. XDC is the fuel controlling exchanges and savvy contracts on the XDC organization. Simultaneously, in light of the fact that clients should stake their XDC to run validators and partake in blockage, it guarantees that the organization stays free from any potential harm. Resulting emphasis of the XDC organization will additionally upgrade the security of the agreement system and furthermore integrate a book legal executive branch into the agreement component. Created by Princeton College's Pramod Viswanathan and Hash Labs Fisher Yu and their group, both of whom act as senior consultants to the XDC establishment, state-of-the-art consistent innovation will guarantee remarkable Byzantine adaptation to non-critical failure, BFT, by considering validators responsible for their activities on a mechanized but optional premise. Who are the pioneers behind the XDC organization? The XDC organization was established in 2019 by Ritesh Kakad and Atul Kakad. Kakad was a sequential tech business visionary with many years of involvement with the field of distributed computing. Kakad, a PC engineer via preparing, assumed the main part at Monetago in the production of the first permission blockchain network for a consortium of the most conspicuous Asian banks. Kakad and Kakad set off on a mission to construct a venture-prepared blockchain interestingly fit to the errand of liquefying worldwide exchange finance. Thus, in view of that general objective, they combined efforts with Andrei Kasterman, who serves in an unmistakable position of authority for the organization.